There's been a lot of discussion revolved around the many different aspects of 2XKO. From who could show up in the game's launch roster, to whether or not if the game will even have guests from other Riot IPs. But there is one topic that I haven't seen discussed as often, and when I do, it tends to lead to some unnecessary heated debates. That topic, the one we'll be discussing today, is how will 2XKO's monetization system actually work? I'd like to believe most people that are planning to jump into 2XKO already understands what goes into a free-to-play title and how the company plans to make their money, since the cost of entry is completely free. But I also remember that there are a good amount of fighting game fans who don't indulge in a lot of other gaming genres, especially when considering there aren't a lot of free-to-play fighting games, at least super successful ones. So today we'll be breaking down every potential monetization practice 2XKO could have and how often this game will urge you to pull your wallet out. Will Riot charge for 2XKO champions? Yes and no. Well, it's complicated. Riot has two different ways they can go about this, and with what we already know about in terms of the existing mastery progression system exclusive to each character in 2XKO, there's a very high chance you'll get new champs in the same way you earn agents in Valorant. Before we get into that, let's discuss how the champion distribution system is handled in League of Legends. In League, you can unlock champions using a currency called Blue Essence. You gain this currency by only simply playing the game, or you can use Riot points, also known as RP, which is essentially real money. While you can technically unlock every champion in the game by simply playing the game, from what I understand, it can be a huge grind, especially if you're a new player getting into the game at this point in time. Valorant, on the other hand, is a lot easier and a more modern take on the system used in League of Legends, which I believe 2XKO will take after. In Valorant, each agent has their own mastery progression system called agent contracts. Think of it as a mini character battle pass exclusive to every agent. You can choose to activate any agent's contract anytime you want for absolutely free, but the catch is you can only activate one agent contract at a time. There are 10 tiers total in each agent's contract, which consist of small cosmetic items such as player card art, stickers, and gun skins exclusive to that specific agent. Once you hit tier 5, you'll have full access to that character. Now, if you want it, you can simply pay to unlock your preferred agent with Riot points without having to run through the contract in any way, shape, or form. The option is completely up to you. Now, from the perspective of 2XKO, you're probably wondering, will the original 10 champs we'll see at launch be free to play from the get-go? Well, it's not guaranteed, but there's a high chance that they will be. Valorant launched with 11 agents total, with only 5 being free to use at launch, and the other 6 needed to be unlocked via contracts. League also being in a very similar case, but seeing as how you're obligated to run a 2-man team in 2XKO, I think this game will be the first time Riot makes their entire base roster free to use at launch. However, I wouldn't be surprised if they lock at least 3 to 4 champs behind a progression system, which would kinda suck, I'm not gonna lie. If anyone from Riot is watching this video, please do the right thing. Outside of characters, cosmetics are easily the next biggest part of any free-to-play game. Based on the last 2 alpha builds, we already know what kinds of cosmetics we could expect. So far, we have KO screens, taunts, stickers, title cards, lobby avatar cosmetics, and the one thing everyone is looking forward to, character skins. In most free-to-play games, there are 3 different levels of rarity with skins, but in 2XKO, there's only 2 levels at the moment, and that is rare being the lowest and legendary being the highest. So far, there are only 2 themed skin packs in the game, along with the character-specific skins. But with the final 3 champs being added to the game, I wouldn't be surprised that they add a huge influx of legendary skins or skin packs, whether it be 2XKO exclusive or skins imported from League. There is one thing that 2XKO has implemented in the game that not even the current mainline fighters are doing, and that is allowing you to play every single champ offline absolutely free. So if you're running an offline tournament, or you just want to test a champ out before purchasing or activating their mastery pass, you can absolutely do that. The closest thing we have to this system is rental tickets in Street Fighter 6, but the tickets last for about an hour or so, and you only can have up to 10 total. I think being able to test characters and at the very least lab against newer characters without having to spend money is a very consumer friendly move that I think every fighting game developer should take after. There was something I almost forgot to mention. There will more than likely be a free champ rotation system for newer players that might be jumping into 2XKO a lot later than its September 9th release. Essentially, if you wanted to take one of the newer champs online, there will be a random rotation of champs you can play completely free for a week. The rotation of champs will change every week, but it'll allow you to test out champs fully online without having to spend any money. As you can see, there's a ton of different ways Riot plans to monetize 2XKO. But there are also a good amount of consumer-friendly ways to gain access to the goodies 2XKO has to offer without even having to look at your wallet. Skins will obviously be the one and only thing you'll have no choice but to spend money on, but seeing how the fighting game community reacts to well-designed skins for their favorite characters, I wouldn't worry about whether or not Riot can make their money back and so much more. How do you guys feel about the monetization structure of 2XKO? Did you manage to get into the closed beta? And if not, are you planning to jump in once the servers open up for everyone? And since Blitzcrank has been announced as the 9th champion being added to 2XKO, who do you guys think is the final 10th champion being added to the game? Give me your guesses in the comments below. Personally, I think it's Riven. But if you're looking for more 2XKO content on the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share with your homies. Love every single one of y'all. Stay safe, peace, and love.